Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to TNFNU. I think this is TNFNU 15. I can't believe I've already done 15 weeks of this. But I hope we got a long way to go and I'm going to be doing this for a long time. At least that's the plan. So I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about community and how thankful I am of you guys for checking in every week. You know, this YouTube, Instagram thing was all new to me, and I fought it for a long time. And I was like, I don't want to do social media. I have no reason to do social media, yada, yada, yada. And then I got into the knives, and the making is what really pushed me, because as somebody who's creating a product that you want to sell eventually, how do you get your product out there? Well, there's no better way than social media, and that was what I had started doing. Just, hey, I'm making this, are you interested? Drive people to my Etsy page to make a sale. Of course, the air conditioner comes on. Is that too loud for you guys? Can you even hear that? Let me know in the comments, because I can turn it off. Whatever. Hey, so that's what kind of started this whole thing. But it's kind of turned into something else. It's turned into something that I enjoy. I enjoy sharing with you guys. I enjoy sharing my work. I enjoy talking to you about things that are coming up. One of these days, just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna just do a live, because my buddy Steve over at Steve's Gear just did a live, and I popped in, and he wasn't expecting people to show up and to have a conversation, didn't really have anything planned. And that's kind of like what I want to do, just to test the waters, just to see what it's like, to see if I'm even set up to do it. Really, the only thing I'm going to be able to do is either use my cell phone to do it or my laptop to do it. And it is a POS laptop that was handed down to me, that I've been sharing with you guys some stuff, but I really want to just kind of do a live stream. I know I've had some people reach out and they're like, well, you don't want to do it when this person is doing it and this person doing it, and I understand that, and they're looking out for me because they want to get me as many viewers as I can, and they're looking out to support me, which is fantastic. I love you guys. You guys are doing good work for the community and for all the influencers or content creators, whatever we're calling them now. But I just kind of want to just do it. And I don't want to think about it. I just want to maybe have something planned to talk about and just do it. Just to see if I could do it. Just to see, because I've done it, testing it on YouTube, where I didn't make it public. And I videotaped myself for about 10 minutes, and it looked good on my side, but I don't know what it's going to look like on your side. The feed could be bad. I don't have the best Wi-Fi connection in the house, so I'm not really set up for any of this. I don't have microphones. I don't have any. I'm just low tech setup, guys. Low tech setup. So I want to do it just to see if I can. But this whole internet thing has turned into something I enjoy. I enjoy sharing with you guys. I enjoy getting your feedback. I enjoy the process for which I'm on and the journey, with the designs, with sharing with you guys. And this week has been a little odd for me, because normally I'll do a video on Monday or Tuesday. I'll drop something like the work that I've been doing, which I want to talk to you guys a little bit about. And then I'll do the TNFNU on Thursday, Friday, which I release this on Thursdays and Fridays. And then maybe during the week, I'll share some work that I'm working on, or do a short or something like that. But normally I don't post a bunch of videos, and this week I've just been like throwing a bunch of stuff out at you. And I don't know if you guys are enjoying those. The screen sharing thing. I got a follower who said, it'd be cool to talk about handle materials, so I kind of did a short on that. And even that was just kind of scratching the surface. And maybe that might be, if I really start digging into it, it might be interesting for some people, but I don't know if it's going to be really interesting for everybody. But if you're getting into the maker side of things, there are some websites, and I shared those this week. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. I did some screen sharing, and we talked about all the different handle materials, and really, guys, that was like just scratching the surface. And then there's blade steels, and where I buy some of my blade steels, and some of the different things you have to take into consideration. But there's so much out there that it can be a little mind-blowing. Someone reached out and they want me to make a custom for them, and I recommended those two websites, and they went above and beyond and went and looking at other things, and they realized, wow, there's a lot of options, and there is. Based on what color you're looking for, materials, it can be a little bit of an Easter egg when you start opening things up, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, it's like the Russian doll, and then you got more and more. So anyway, I love the progression, because this started off as, well, I just want to get my work out there so you guys can see it, and then it became, I want to share more. I want to get your feedback. I want more, and I just, it's been really pleasurable to talk to you guys. Some of you have reached out online, on my Instagram, on YouTube, and it's been amazing. The conversations have been great. Some of you guys have shared some personal stuff with me, which is amazing. And then I have some collaboration projects that are going on, which have been really cool. But, I have to be careful with some of those things, because some of it is geared towards my aesthetic and the things that I like, and some of it kind of takes a left turn and it's not really my style. But I try to stick with that. So those are my thoughts and feelings this week. If there's something you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I would love to get some topics. I'm always jotting stuff down that comes to the top of my head, or things that I run across that I want to talk about, and it's been fun. So let's talk about some updates. I still, which is very kind of weird, the Crow and the Yokto still haven't come back from heat treating. Peter's usually pretty quick, and this week I think they've been on tempering. So I'll get it, just so you guys know, I get a daily email. Peters updates me daily on the process for which the knives are in. And right now, both knives have been in tempering, but they've been in tempering almost all week long, which means Peters is really busy and they're getting to it. And they say it could take a month to get the blades back. But normally, I haven't experienced that at all with them. Within at least a couple days, sometimes they'll be like, okay, it's shipping back to you. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, cool. And maybe because this one, I had two different blade steels. One's AEB, one's 440C. It took a little different. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'll update you guys when they come back, because I got to make sure Tim's aware. Tim. Because he shared some stuff with me, and there's some really cool opportunities for the first Yoktos that come out. So anyway, those are coming out. I have not really been able to get out into the shop. Sometimes life happens and family comes first. And I just haven't been able to get out in the shop and finish off the naked column and the Bloom XL. I just haven't been able to get the bevels done on them. Number one, that's probably the most important step, because right now they're just a blank. It kind of looks like a knife, but it's not a knife. But once those bevels get put on, that is when it becomes a knife. And that's the most important part. So I have to make sure that when I'm creating that I'm at a good space mentally, and I have the time to put into it. And if I don't have those two things, then I'm not comfortable starting that project. If I didn't have a full-time job that has been taking a lot of my time, and if I didn't have, a family for which I love and like to spend time with, I would spend more time doing knives. But it's priorities right now, and the knives will come, and I'll get those projects done. I think this weekend, I'm really going to be able to dedicate a couple hours, and I'll be able to get the bevels done on both that naked column, which is already strapped into I just noticed I've been getting marker on my hands. It's like squirrel. The naked column is all strapped in and ready to go. I just have to start. But if I'm not in a good frame of mind where I can really focus, then things are going to go wonky. And I don't want to create more problems than what I need to. So once I'm in a good space, then I'll go ahead and start these and get this done. Once I get this done, I'm going to throw something out to you guys in regards to the handle on this one, because I'm kind of unsure on what I want to do. But so keep track, keep updated on here, because I'm going to be throwing some stuff out there. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, go on Instagram, because I'll put polls and stuff up there, and I really like to get feedback on what you guys want to see. And normally I'll go ahead and do that. So I have those coming up. Now, let's talk future projects. Once the Crow, the Yocto, the naked column, and that Bloom XL are done, which might take some time, I have some projects coming up. You guys, some of you have reached out. Some of you have asked me to create custom pieces for you, and I have them ready to be cut out and started. So here, I'll share this one with you. I have this piece of stainless that I got in, and I have a rock copper, and I have a puffin that are all drawn out, ready to be cut out and started, which I will start them once all the other things are done. So those two people who are religious channel watchers, I have it, and they're gonna get started pretty soon here in the next month or so. So hopefully by October, don't get too excited. I'm hoping by October I'm going to be done with all those other things, and I'm going to get that done. Then I had a religious customer who has bought 3 knives from me. He has every skeletonized model that I have. The creep, he has my first creep I ever made, the naked column, and a gargoyle, and he likes skeletonized models. And he reached out and he's like, hey, I love your knives, but do you have something that's more along the shape of a gargoyle but the size of a column? So I don't know if you guys are familiar here. Let me see if I can pull out. I don't have any of the models here. Actually, I have my column, but so the gargoyle is this guy. The knife is roughly about that big. All the holes are there, and it's a skeletonized model. So it's larger. I wouldn't say it's too large, but it's right on the cusp of being a little bit too big for EDC, in my opinion. And then you have the naked column, which is a really cool blade shape. But, you know, I understand how EDCing that blade shape maybe might not fit everybody's lifestyle. So he was looking for something that's along this size, but more probably drop point shape. And so I've been playing with that design, and I created the mini gargoyle, which I have drawn out here. So basically it's kind of like the handle of the column and more of a drop point shape, but as a nice smaller size blade. It's just a little bit longer than the column, but roughly about the same size. So you can see it's maybe 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more longer than what the naked column is. So that gives you a rough idea of that. So that's gonna be getting worked on. So Eric, if you're watching this, I do have this kind of drawn out, and I'll be working on that as well. And then I had someone who's been really helpful to the channel, and they have asked for a complete different redesign and custom, which I'm not going to share with you guys because I don't know if that person is comfortable with me doing it. But you'll see it in future videos, I'm sure. So I'm going to start that one. But, you know, there's other things that I want to do. So I think I've talked about it. What I'm going to do is once I get some of these customer knives done, and you know, I think I'm only going to take about 2 or 3 customer knives at a time, full custom, like customs, using one of my models. And then from then on, I might do one custom for specific customers and then one for myself, just to throw out there. If I haven't done, like I haven't done an obsession in quite some time. And the obsession is the original, the one that started everything. And I have had this drawn out on my Disp bar Damascus for quite some time, just sitting here. And I really want to get that started. It's going to be a pretty cool blade. The Obsession is a knife that kind of started it all. The design did, and there's been some controversy on this one if you've been following the channel. Not really huge controversy or anything, but just something fun. And so I want to get that one done. And I have the rest of this bar Damascus that I'm going to use for future projects. I did have this other Obsession drawn out on it, and this is the shape of a naked column, but I'm going to do the naked column shape and I'm going to put scales on it. Why not? I'm going to play with it. Look, this has to be like one of you always say, it has to be fun. If this turns into a job for me, then it kind of loses its fun. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but it loses its fun, it loses its enjoyment. And I want to make sure that this doesn't become something that I dread doing and I'm just like, oh, I gotta go make this knife. I want it to be, I get to go make this knife, it's gonna be fun, I get to do this handle material, this person wants this, this, and this, and I got some really cool ideas from you guys, and the things that you're throwing at me are things that I'm excited to make because I know in the end product it's gonna look really good based on the color combinations that you guys have thrown at me. And it's going to be pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to doing those with you guys and for you all. And I just wanted to thank you again for the support. So those are my updates. The only other thing that I'm kind of scared to even bring up is last week I talked about Patreon. And although I've talked about it and kind of played with setting something up on Patreon, I don't want anybody to go in there and to donate. I don't want that yet. So please don't. I don't feel like it's set up properly, and I'm not ready to dedicate the time to that. I am doing a lot with this and doing a lot for Instagram, and I need some time to do that. You guys are very supportive, but I'm not ready to do it yet because I want to do some live streams, and maybe what I would really kind of cool to do is set up live while I'm working out in the shop, and maybe not for me narrating and talking to you guys because I'm out there working. So there's machines and noises and other things going on. But maybe just a sneak peek at me working in the shop might be fun. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, but I might put that on my Patreon and maybe do some more live stuff in there. I don't know. You guys tell me, would you like to see that? I do a lot of the time-lapse stuff because I feel like it's a little boring sitting me going back and forth, or hand sanding something when I'm out there for like 45 minutes hand sanding. You guys don't want to sit there and just watch me go like this back and forth for 45 minutes, but maybe you do. I don't know. It's fun for me because I'm the one doing it. I don't know if it's good for the viewer sitting there just watching me go back and forth, slowly watching this handle or the blade take shape. I don't know. But I don't know. You throw things at the wall and see what sticks and what doesn't. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys today. Give me some feedback. Let me know what's going on. Have you enjoyed the other videos I've done this week? The screen sharing ones? That was fun. And if you haven't, check out my Etsy page because I've decided to let go of some of the collection. It's kind of terrifying for me to see these go, but I've already sold one and once it goes, it's gone. So, but I'm saving up. I want to get some money rolling in because there's a knife I've been really wanting to get, and it's something that's beyond really my price range, but I'm hoping sell a couple so I can buy something really, really cool. So anyway, guys, that's what I got. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. That choice is yours.